Microsoft just dropped the game changer for productivity, the agent mode in Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. Imagine using a simple natural language prompt to instantly get complex tasks done. That's what this intelligent productivity is all about. I am Nabil Murad, and while agent mode is starting in Excel Online and is coming soon to the desktop app, a strong foundation in Excel is key to using this powerful AI best. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through 5 real-world situations where agent mode will supercharge your Excel workflow. Let's dive in. I'm in Excel Online, and this is my first example in which I have a table that shows a date, a region, manager, customer, cost of goods sold, and sales. And I want to analyze this data from different perspectives. So if I want to do it myself, I will create a bunch of pivot tables and then create charts based on these pivot tables and arrange them in a dashboard. I'm going to ask the agent mode to do this task for me. To access the agent mode, on the Home tab, you click on the down arrow for add-ins, and then you click on More Add-ins, and you search for Excel Labs. When you get Excel Labs, you click on Add, and it will be added to the Home tab of the ribbon. I already have it, then I'm going to close, and here is Excel Labs. When I give it a click, it opens a pane on the right side, and among the different functionalities, I have Agent Mode. I want to open it, then I click Open. I'm going to write a prompt, and this prompt reads, I have a table that shows date, region, manager, customer, cost of goods sold, and sales. I want to create a dashboard that analyzes my data and answers questions such as, what are the sales by region for each year? What's the profit generated by each manager in each region? What are the sales and cost of goods sold for each customer? Who is the best performing manager? Who is our biggest customer? So I'm going to send this prompt and see what the agent mode will be doing. I noticed that it added to my data set 2 new columns, the year and the profit. The 2 new columns are dynamic because they were created by using functions, the year function, and here we are subtracting the cost of goods sold from sales. A new worksheet is inserted by the agent mode, the dashboard, and if I look at this new worksheet, I see some answers to questions, the best performing manager, the biggest customer, and then if I navigate to the right, I see a chart, sales by region by year. Here I have the profit by manager, and I have the sales by customers. When I scroll further down, I see a pivot table that shows the sales by region for each year with a grand total for the columns and rows. I can't consider this a perfect dashboard, but we can consider it a good starting point, but it needs a lot to be desired. If I look at the agent mode, here it says what I built, and then when I scroll down, where to find everything, it used some formulas. Here are the formulas it used, and then what questions the dashboard answers. And then it gives me formatting choices, notes and next steps, completeness confirmation. Let's see the next example. I don't have any data in this worksheet, and I'm going to write a prompt directly to agent mode because I want to buy a house for a price of $1,450,000, and I'll be making a down payment of $625,000 and borrow the difference from the bank at 3.75% interest rate. The term of the loan is 25 years, and I want agent mode to calculate the monthly payment and the total cost of the house and create an amortization schedule that shows for each year how much will be the beginning balance, the ending balance, the amount paid to the principal, the amount paid towards the interest, as well as the cumulative principal and the cumulative interest. If possible, I wanted to create a chart that showed the changes year over year. I click on Excel Labs, I open agent mode, and I paste my prompt that I just read for you. And now I get the result from agent mode in the same worksheet. A mortgage inputs and results, the purchase price, the down payment, the loan amount, the interest rate, the term in years, the monthly interest rate, the total number of months, the monthly payment. I could have done that by using a PMT function, so let's check what it used. It used the same function, a PMT, and then the total mortgage payments, the total interest, and the total cost of the house. And here is the amortization table. It shows the beginning balance for each year. We have 25 years, the ending balance for each year, the amount paid toward the principal, the interest paid, the cumulative principal, the cumulative interest, and the total payment. I have a chart that showed the year mortgage breakdown, the ending balance, the principal paid, and the interest paid. The agent mode gave me a good result for this work situation, better than the previous one, and it gives me some information, what I created for you, the key results, and how the calculations work. It took like 5 minutes to do that, which is not bad. I would have done it in the same amount of time. My next example is about combining data. I have 3 sheets named following the name of a manager. In each one of the sheets, I have a table that shows an item, a buyer, a state, a date, a cost, quantity, and total. And what I want to do is to combine the data from the 3 sheets, the 3 tables, Ted, Vivian, and Irene. I want to append the data from the 3 sheets in the combined worksheet. So I'm going to write a prompt to the agent mode. I click on open, and here is my prompt. If I was to do it manually, I would use either Power Query or use a VStack function. And here is the result. It took like 3-4 minutes. I have the 7 columns. Data is appended on top of each other. It added an extra column for the manager. So I have Ted, Vivian, and Irene. And how did it do it? If I select the top left cell, cell A1, I see that it used a complex let function with a combination of hstack and if function. And here to the right side, I see the documentation, the plan to build the dynamic combined sheet. These are the steps. And then when I scroll down, understanding your workbook, verifying source data. And then these are the steps. This is what I wanted. And the output, when I scroll down, it used the let function. And here is an explanation of what it does. And it says verification I performed. And then it applied some professional formatting. And it gives me some notes on how to use and extend. And I get a completeness confirmation. I'm satisfied with the result of this example. Although if I do it with Power Query, it will be much faster and easier. In my next example, I want to create a personal finance dashboard. I have expenses and income for a full year 2024. I have a date column, an amount, the type, whether it's an expense or an income, and then some details about the expense or the source of income, which training did I deliver for that, and then I have a category and subcategory. So I'm going to prompt the agent mode by saying I have a table of transactions for 2024 showing all expenses and training income for 12 months. I want to create a personal finance dashboard that compares expenses and income every month, as well as expenses by category and any other metrics that deem logic. And the agent mode finished work after 15 minutes. It inserted a new worksheet, the dashboard, and in the dashboard worksheet, I have the total income, total expenses, and net saving. And then it shows me the average month income, the average month expense, and it created a list that shows for each month what's the income, the expenses, the net, which is the difference, the saving rate, and then it created another list that showed the category and the total expense. If I scroll down, I have a combination chart which shows the monthly income versus the expense versus the net. The net is represented by this line chart. Also, I have the top 10 expense categories on a bar chart. I want to check if it's dynamic, so I go to the source data and change the income for February. So I go to the transaction worksheet and I want to go to the income for the month of February. So I will change this amount to 5,000 plus. I will change the next income as well. And then I go to the dashboard worksheet to see if it's dynamic and this change has been reflected. And sure enough, I see even the conditional formatting applied, it turns into green. That means it's dynamic. To the right side in the agent mode pane, I get the same information, what I created, and then the assumptions, verification, sample checks from your file, formulas used, these are the formulas used, and the top 10 expense category, the bar chart. These are the charts created, the formatting and layout, completeness confirmation. And here it gives me some information, what I fixed along the way. So that's not bad. Next steps, optional enhancement. It gives me idea on how to improve it. In my last example, I have a worksheet that shows a drop list in cell A2 from which I can select a year. I'm selecting 2025 and I want to prompt the agent mode to create a full year calendar for me. So I click on Excel Labs. I open the agent mode and here is my prompt. I want to create a full year calendar for the year in cell A2. The calendar will be on 7 columns from D to J. In row number 1, I want the abbreviated name of the weekday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and so on. Every month should start on a new row. In column C, I want to indicate the month abbreviated. Everything should be dynamic and update by changing the year in cell A2. Format the weekends differently. I send this prompt. And here is the result returned by the agent mode. It created a full year calendar from column D to column J. I have weekdays in row number 1, and then each month starts on a different row. In column C, I have the month name. There is some conditional formatting applied to the weekend, and I want to check how dynamic this calendar is. So I go to the drop list, and let's say I select 2024. Everything is automatically updating. Which function did it use? So for the days at the top, they are just values, they are static values. And for the calendar, it created this long let function that uses the date, the month, and the weekday function. That was expected. And for the month column, column C, it created another let function, and the result is really satisfactory. I have multiple tutorials in which I create a year calendar, a 12-month separate calendar, a single month calendar. So we implemented many of these functions. Some of the techniques are better because with one single function I can do all that. But anyway, having a concrete foundation of Excel formulas and functions is extremely important when dealing with AI tools, including the agent mode. We explored 5 different examples using the agent mode. And if you found value in this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel to be notified when new tutorials are released. The best is yet to come. Thanks for watching and see you next time.